Ladies and gentlemen, a shed update, and kind of a quick shed update, and a couple things I needed to get done out here since we do have some nice weather. Basically, the hundreds are gone, getting down into the upper 80s, low 90s, which we like in the 80s, which need to work more in the shed when it's in the 70s and 80s, but because I have a lot of stuff that I have not, it's just piled up, which anyway, I need to get more accomplished in here. First things first, and I want to get this out of the way, and we're just going to do a lot here. That should be the last of the 30-minute mission kits that I have not shown, and probably the last ones I bought, unless there's something that's just absolutely extraordinary that I want to have. You've probably all seen the tanks, which they got, you know, brown, green, gray, you know, whatever color you can imagine. They, you know, make those. This is the newer ones. I call it the Samurai 30-minute missions, which pretty darn slick. Which, you know, they were slowly, you know, jumping into the 30-minute sisters, which I wanted that because it was, you know, different. And then, of course, we got the Alto ground. Again, you can get them brown, green, gray, blue, you know, whatever. And then the Seal Nova, and that's the green one, which, again, you know, you can get it red, green, blue, you know, just anyway. But that should be, I basically had to kind of cut it off on the 30-minute missions. It's one of those that, they're great kits, but, I mean, if you tried to collect them all, there's no way, I don't think, unless you just absolutely, that's all you had was 30-minute missions. But, however, unless there's some cool 30-minute missions that you know, that I gotta have, the ones that we will be buying from here on out will be the 30-minute sisters, which I have 1, 2, and 3 waiting on number 4 to arrive at the hobby store. But anyway, I wanted to get the 30-minute missions out of the way because that should be it, and I need to when it gets a little bit cooler in here, I gotta restack. I never thought in my life that I would ever get a lot of Bandai. Bandai was always pretty scarce around these parts of the woods, you know, before the internets and even during the internets. But since the hobby store basically bought stock in Bandai, I mean, it's I got a lot of Bandai material, which I do like the subject matter and you know, what they offer. Also, up next, we're going to add a new category, and you've all seen me build them, and that is the little doll houses. I'm going to try to find a spot in here, probably in I have a little diorama section, which bases and all that. I think I'm going to probably stick them in there. I like these. Everyone's seen me build that one. That's Raise the Cult. I did buy this one. I bought it for the study. I'm in the process of doing Indiana Jones's study, which again, I got to find some. I'm trying not to. I really don't want to like scratch build. I mean, it can be done, but I more want to find the little dollhouse to incorporate. I basically want to incorporate modeling and the dollhouse combined, you know. But if that makes sense. That's a work in progress, and of course they were on sale at a local craft store. Anyway, I went ahead and picked up those, which you know, you don't necessarily have to make the room, you know, and that was just really cheap, and I went ahead and picked up. You know, you can use everything else plus this one. If you look right there in the corner, those come with the toilet. So anyway. And there's, you know, many things can be done with the miniatures. Most of the scales are the same. Like that one says 18th, which I'm going to have to, that's my beloved scale. That one's 24th, and it's just one of those. But I want to add the dioramas, little rooms to the Ark. I think they are model kits, paper wood model kits, and of course I add a little plastic to it, and there is actually plastic pieces in here if you really want to get down to it. But anyway, I started picking these up. I'm going to probably add more to it throughout the years. So anyway, it needs a shelf inside the art. So we're adding more rooms to the art. Where is it? I picked these up. Not that one. Let me see. I'm gonna do that. We'll show them. These are called 4D models, or 4D puzzles, if you will. They didn't say really model. They always kept saying 4D puzzles. So I picked up a bunch of them. This one's a Russian Navy cruiser, and if you really look at it, I mean, it's just a plastic model kit, just you know, condensed down. And it does have a scale 1 to 1242 scale, so 1242 scale. To, you know, there's the Russian one. That's the US one, which again, if you don't know what you're really, I mean, they all look the same when you start looking at them, but detail on them is pretty sharp, but you know, 4D model, but it's one of those. And I don't know who makes it. I think it's some I want to say Chinese company, but anyway, they were very, very cheap, and I added these to the art. Kind of a not really old kit. It is, but it isn't. Adding another moon scope, and one thing about this kit in particular is there's a Hobbytown in, I want to say Fort Smith, I could be wrong. One in the Arkansas area, it closed its doors. Well, the Hobbytown in Tulsa bought all its kit inventory, and they had some old gems in there that I picked up, and I like the kit. My only complaint with the old AMT Ertl, and I know a lot of companies that do it, and I don't know if I have any handy, and that is the box art. I do not like the picture of the actual model. I never did. I like a, well, let me find one. You know, like a painting, you know, that would work out. But the actual model, I never did care for it. I know why they do it this way. You know, they got to keep it clean and all that, you know, for not necessarily the modeler, but the average modeler, you know, because that's ones who would be basically buying it, you know, more than the, you know, modeler. Because I have seen the pie chart where it showed the modeler was like just a sliver, and the rest of it was the average buyer. But anyway, I like, didn't George Barris make this? Probably. But anyway, I always like it. I think it's a unique kit. It's one of those little undersung, you know, model kits that slide under the radar, which is just really, really cool. But anyway, add another moon scope to the art. And last but not least, in the last video I showed you, I picked up a MPC Bwing. It's missing the top wing. You know, some of the guns are broke off, missing the canopy. You know, a lot of people say it's a junk kit. To me, you know, none of it's junk to me in models. I mean, even if it is broke, you got the basic shape. If you wanted to make something, you know, if you needed a donor, there you have it. But the reason I wanted to show that is sometimes I go to garage sales, flea markets, you name it, and there'll be a box of junk that I'll pilferage through, and it's usually people that out of states clean out their attics and all that. Well, one in particular, this was in a box from an attic from a house, you know, again, MPC Bwing. Of course, you know, it's just it's all there, you know, dirty from sitting in storage. But I went in and sorted it out, and we will add a you know, the unpainted Bwing to it. You know, if you needed to make another, you know, if you needed a different version, you know, you do have spare parts to make it. Plus, vintage kits, sometimes you can find them this way in pieces, and you know, and you have to build it up. You know, find all the parts for it, you know, and then eventually you do find the box, or you find the box first and then find the kit later on, which we've all have done that. And one more, while I was digging through, again, digging out the Bwing pieces, and there was a Millennium Falcon and all that. You know, there was the you know, vintage A-wing. Oh, now this one is missing. It's missing one of the guns on the side, but again, you know, it's painted. It's not the best by no means, but again, to me, not a junk kit at all. I know some people think it is, and that was always one of the coolest MPC. This is one of the few Star Wars kits that I have in the box, just one of. And the A-wing was always hard to find. I had one. I've really never built one. In like 20-30 years down the road, I found another one, and now I have two, which, you know, that is what we like to do inside the RV. Anyway, I wanted to show that. I do buy a lot of like junk boxes and stuff like that. It takes a while to go through them and sorting them, but you do pretty much can get a complete kit if you you know, dig around in the box long enough. So I do want to show that little bit of model history there. So that's what I got going on today, ladies and gentlemen. Again, boring me sorting through vintage kits, adding a new category, adding the dollhouse rooms, and hopefully the last of the 30-minute missions. And that's what I got going on today. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.